Hi guys, hope you're well. Welcome to DOdaily. Des here. Thursday thoughts, the live question and answers. Me looking to get stuck into what you've asked me this week. A few different ones to go at today, so looking forward to getting onto those. Of course, as ever on a Thursday, it's about sort of coming to terms with the week, starting to wind down for the weekend. Definitely a case for me today. I've actually finished work now for the week, and I'm looking forward to going to London tomorrow to watch football. Of course, I had that mishap yesterday, which has thrown everything a little bit up in the air. But I'll come back to that a little bit later. There's a question about that. So, still feeling really, really good. Still feeling really positive. I've been a really uncomfortable day today, but lots of good things happening still. Just in the process of planning yet another running event, something else for us to really, really look forward to next year. So the calendar's really starting to fill up, especially as we sent the save the dates out, or in the process of doing that as well, sending the save the date for the wedding, on top of the London Marathon. So there's a really sort of busy calendar building for next year. So, but as ever, lots of things to really, really look forward to, really get stuck into and make the absolute most of. And whilst I'm not feeling fantastic and in pain today, lots and lots to be positive about. What I'll do to start, of course, over the last couple of weeks, I've been talking about targets for the rest of the year. And again, with my accident yesterday, if you watch Wednesday workout, you know all about it. I fell over whilst running. A couple of these are probably a little bit up in the air, but I'll give it my best shot to quickly run through them. So there's the no takeaway coffees until the end of the year. Still going strong on that one. Wish I did have a coffee. A couple of times today I've sat back and think I just need a Costa, but I've not done it. I'm still going strong on that one. 2 weeks in. Run a 27-minute 5K. Not done that one yet. Done more 5Ks. I was out in the process of doing a 5K yesterday when I fell over. So whilst I'm going to have a short layoff, hopefully it won't be too long. I'll get back to that one. That one's kind of an ongoing one anyway. Get 200 subscribers on your channel. Not there yet, but again, it's one to keep working at. I think I've had 3 or 4 since last week. So 3 or 4 a week will just about get me there. Again, that one's down to you guys as well. Please help me if you can. Share and like, and just ask people to subscribe. Just be blatant. That's what I kind of do these days. So if you can help me with that one, anybody who's ever taken anything from this or from me, I need a little bit of help here. So it's an easy way to repay that. Just get someone to subscribe to it. We'll get there. Do 5-part runs you haven't done before. Again, with the enforced layoff, it's something I'm going to have to work at. I still fancy my chances of getting this one in. Not planned at all to do a new park one before now. That's actually doing 5 new park ones. Oh, sorry, yeah, 5-part ones you haven't done before, of course. So this weekend at London, I probably will be doing a part one. I might not be doing it very fast. I might not even be running. So I'll be doing the first one. So that's a chance to tick one off there. Lose an average of £2 per week. I've actually lost £1 this week, which is, all things considered, I'll take it. I lost £4 last week. So that's £5 in total. So I can't complain. So I'm maintaining that average. Of course, it's something I really want to do to get fit and ready again. So they were the targets, and things I've been working to, and things I'm trying to sort of master before the end of the year, just to put me in a great position to attack 2020. I spoke about all those big plans, all those exciting plans. Of course, the London Marathon, something I want to be in tip-top condition for. But before that, the wedding, everybody wants to sort of be the best on the wedding day. I've kind of waited a long time as well. So it'd be nice to be feeling good, feeling healthy, and for that. And the event I was talking about, we're planning at the moment is a 10K laps, like an endurance event. So they require sort of good levels of fitness. So really looking forward to getting stuck into those. And I spoke about my latest setback in terms of falling over yesterday, and the fact it might stop me running. It nicely leads me into last week's throwback question. What do you volunteer to do? I was mainly talking about park run. Through the Do Running guides, we took over the roster at Colic Park, our most local park run, somewhere I really enjoy going and really enjoy the space as well as the park run on top of that. I was actually the run director last week. It went down an absolute storm, absolutely brilliant. Really, really enjoyed it. So I thought it'd just be nice to get an idea of what people enjoy volunteering to do. Of course, I sort of linked into it there, and in the next couple of weeks, I might be doing a bit more park run volunteering. But again, I'll come back to that. Some of the responses, Kay, she's a brand new leader and she really enjoys it. Of course, she's been doing that for a long time. Quite often on a Thursday, she's not actually about. She's actually at the Branny group here in Nottingham. So I know she loves that. Dawn says she loves volunteering at Park Run. Last week, she did a 25 stint in the IVs. That's brilliant, isn't it? Again, something I really enjoy and lots of us really enjoying. Last week, it was brilliant for us all to be involved. But doing it that many times, just shows great commitment to doing it. I'm kind of aiming for that now. There's a T-shirt when you've done 25, a purple T-shirt you can purchase, which is really nice to kind of sort of say you've hit that milestone. Just like if you do 50 or 100 runs, you can get a T-shirt for 25 volunteering. I think I'm on about number 17 again. That might just creep up a little bit. Kirsty says once a month she helps deliver hot meals to local residents who live alone or isolated in some way. Well, that's brilliant, isn't it? That's just the kind of thing I was looking for there. If you can do something like that, I'm sure it's going to make you feel sort of really good. And of course, there's people out there that are suffering. Some of us are quite lucky. We've all got our own little idiosyncrasies and things that sort of make us feel like life's not working for us, but at times you just have to look at the bigger picture and see that there's people out there who are suffering much more, and if you can help in any small way, just getting some food. We all know what it's like to have a good meal inside us, so taking food to people's doors, it's absolutely fantastic, isn't it? When you're hungry, your thought processes aren't working, you start getting tired and lethargic, and again, it can just make all the difference to someone's day. Megan says she volunteers at a youth group. It's one of the best things she's ever done. Getting to see the young people grow is so rewarding. A bit like Kay there, I'm sure they watch people develop. Through the running group I do, I get to see people sort of improve and build on what they've done, and it makes you feel really proud. Sometimes I feel it more. I feel as much pride for their efforts as mine, so I can see where Megan's coming from on that one, absolutely. Linda says she really enjoys marshalling at Robin Hood every year. As part of the Do Running team, Linda's volunteered for the last 2 years and really, really sort of enjoys the day while she's not into running or that kind of thing herself. Just coming along and supporting the guys does an awful lot to make her feel great. Stephen says he collects donations from a local food bank to do his bit. Of course, that's fantastic as well, isn't it? We've done that a lot through Do Running, and again, it's that thing about food, isn't it? If you can put food in someone's direction, it's so important because again, I'm just reiterating that point that without it, it affects so much. And Reg says she looks after an elderly neighbour, and again, cooking meals, cleaning, and that's what's great, isn't it? We can all do a little bit of something for somebody. It's brilliant when you can. Oh, sorry, there's one more in there. From Ben says he loves marshalling at long, tough events to cheer the runners on and help the event run smoothly. Again, that's something Ben enjoys taking part in. So being able to give something back to events like that, I'm sure is really important to him. But like I say, it's all about sort of just realising what we can do sometimes. I speak a lot on DOdaily about how when we're not feeling great, when we can't do some of the things we want to, running, activity, for example, it's so important. It's the easiest thing you can do to make yourself feel better. Do you know, small things in a day, holding a door open for somebody, do you know, buying somebody a coffee, do you know, not me, of course, because I'm not allowed, but I'd love that right now. I'd be your best mate, but you know what I mean? It's just those little things that sort of help people tick along, and they'll feel better, you'll feel better, you'll feel like you've made a difference. And then we can always sort of build something from that. And when can't do the things we want personally, or we're injured, or we're poorly, or you know, or we whatever situation we're in, you know, it's just a nice way of helping yourself feel better. And that's all I was trying to do, is inspire people with different ideas of how they can help. It's a real passion of mine to sort of help wherever I can. I say it a lot, and I'm not saying it looking for pity, but people sort of question, why do you do this now? Why do you do that? You know, because I want to do it, because it makes me feel good. You know, and as long as it makes me feel good, you know, as long as I know I'm doing it for the right reasons, as long as you know you're doing your things for the right reasons, that's all that matters, isn't it? And that was all I was trying to get to there. So leading on to those questions, and the reason I've not mentioned too much about my arm is because I got asked the question. Mark, it says, how's your arm? It's absolutely killing me. I'm suffering right now. Do you know, I keep sort of flinching and forgetting I'm using my hands to talk, and forgetting that I can't actually move my left arm. Fortunately, after I went to the walking centre for my scan this morning for my X-ray, you know, I haven't broken a bone, which was amazing news to hear, because I was convinced, and the nurses last night was convinced that I'd broken it. I've not broken it, you know. So whilst that's a real plus point, you know, I've been really suffering today, and it has. If I'm really honest, it's got to me a little bit, you know. It's a bit frustrating now because the pain's so bad, but they've said in the next sort of 5 to 10 days the pain should sort of go off. I've got a real bruise, I can't lift it high enough to show you, along the inside and outside of my arm. So it's just a case of dealing with it, you know, and with lots of things to do. You know, I keep sort of probably rushing them out a little bit too much, you know, and forgetting that it does actually hurt, and then I'm like hurting it even more. But I'll get used to that over the next few days, and like I say, hopefully it'll start easing up. Once the bruising fully comes out, I'll feel much better. Of course, I took that tumble running, you know, and it was important yesterday to come on and speak, because I think my point's actually been proven now. You know, I spoke about being positive and trying to sort of think that the worst hasn't happened. You know, the pain is bearable when I'm absolutely still and not moving. You know, so I was hoping it had not broken. And again, it's that positive thought thing, isn't it? You know, just maintaining those positive thoughts for as long as you can. And ultimately, there would have been no need to worry, because I didn't break it. You know, of course it hurts. I know there's a problem there. I know it's not going to go away just like that. But by sort of staying calm and calculated about it, and thinking that, while hoping that everything will be okay, you know, ultimately it is okay. You know, it's not broken. You know, and again, this pain's temporary, isn't it? Pain is temporary, suffering is optional, you know, and that's the way I kind of see it these days. So it's one of those things where I've just got to live with it, you know. And I said yesterday how much, in many ways, without knowing when it was going to come, I was expecting something to sort of knock me back a little bit. We can't always get the best news ever and look forward to things and enjoy everything, you know. We're creatures of emotion, you know. We're creatures of sort of habit and emotion, not robots, you know, and that's the reality, isn't it? So there's always going to be something to upset us, and everything I say through this is about trying to be positive and keep us looking forward and being sort of mentally strong. I think I'm in a lot better place than I was last week, 3 months ago, 18 months ago, 5 years ago. You know, it all started sort of 5-6 years ago, but sort of bit by bit, through taking positive decisions and realizing that I can get through some of the worst times of my life, you know. Things like this are not that bad in comparison, are they? We can make of them what we can if we want to sort of be dramatic and flippant, but the reality is, I've just got to live with it, deal with it, and everything will be there on another day. So thanks for asking, but the arm's not great, like I say, it really hurts, but I'll be absolutely fine. If you've got any comments to add, by the way, just please pop them in. Anything to add to the feed, I'll try and bring those up, and if you've got any further questions or comments on what I'm saying, please drop them in, and like, share and subscribe, of course. That's what it's about. Just 34 more now to 200. If I can get 8 this week, I'll be well happy. So, keep doing all that stuff, but definitely drop your comments in. But thanks for that question, Mark. Question 2 is from Kay. Of course, I mentioned this week on DOdaily that we've obtained London Marathon places. One of the real sort of highlights of the week so far is the fact that we've secured our places for 2020, and we're really happy about that because we kind of want to make it something around the wedding. Yes, it is all about the wedding in 2020, and make no apologies for that. We decided we want to get married at the start of September. So we know it's race season after that, the Great North Run, which we're penciled in to do, the Robin Hood Half Marathon, which is, of course, the big event for us, and then London. And we almost wanted to complete those, and then maybe, if it does work out, sort of going forward, going on a honeymoon state after, so getting the place was really important in that. We can start planning that now. We can start looking at it and sort of working around it. So she's asked me the question, what's the target? Of course, we speak all the time about targets, and what's your target for this? How are you going to go about it? How are you going to make things better? But the pure and simple target for London, it's what it always is when I arrange to do a marathon. Been unfortunate, been out of shape, probably a little bit my own fault in the last couple of years approaching them, but it's a sub 4 hour. It's always a sub 4 hour, and I probably won't rest. Why it's a sub 4 hour, I don't really know, because it's not in competition with anybody. It's not. There's no real benchmark around that number in reality. But I'd just like to do it in sub 4 hours. My PB is 4:15. The last time I did London was 4:30. So I just think, I said yesterday on DOdaily, I feel like I've got not a score to settle, but I feel like I can go there and do better. I can be in slightly better shape. I did well last time, considering I had a little niggly knee injury. I did well for half of it. And then I really, really struggled. My fitness went as well. On top of the niggling injury, I needed the toilet, bizarrely. And that played on my mind for a long time. So, yeah, quite simply, sub 4 hours. All those things I spoke about at the top of the episode. Lots of other things I've spoke about in the last year or so. More I'm going to do in the new year in terms of running targets and breaking it down to be able to achieve that. What I'm potentially looking to do in the new year is do a Wednesday workout based on my London Marathon training. So it gives it a bit of feature, a bit like a Thursday, a bit like a Friday. Just gives it that thing where people can look in and follow that exact progress. And I'm keen to do that. So look out for that in the new year. Kind of said that now, so I've made myself accountable. And of course, that's what I like to do with all those challenges. And now I've said 4 hours, so I'm really, really determined to do it. I've said it outwardly. And a different question here. Dawn asked the question, do you think it's time for the Queen to step down? This is sort of based on the fact that she's reduced her duties at the moment. I think I don't know whether it's ill health or just the fact that she really is quite old now, and everybody at some point is going to have to slow down. So her duties have been reduced. And the answer is no, not really. I don't think she should step down. I quite like the Queen. I wouldn't say I'm a full-on royalist, but I quite like what it's all about and what it stands for. Of course, there's issues there. We all know that. There's lots going on within our royal family, and we can't pretend it's perfect. But I'm a big fan of the Queen and what she's done, and she's done it for so long. I think she just deserves to sort of see it through. You know, she give great service to the country and to what she does. You know, and it must take a lot of sort of effort. I speak about being sort of emotional, like creatures of emotion and things like that, and you have to think a lot of the time they have to take all that side of it out and deal with it. You know, not long ago, Prince Philip died, of course, which must have had a massive impact on her. You know, she'd been with him forever, just like she's been the Queen forever. So I think it's just one for her to see through. You know, and I'll kind of expand on that, even though I've not been asked the question. And you can drop your comments in, of course, on what you think. But if I was Charles as well, I'd be taking up King. Do you know, people always say, should he sort of abdicate and pass down to William? Absolutely not. It's kind of what the role is. You know, there's been kings that sort of before they're 10, I believe. You know, and in the teens, and people look after them. So why can't there be kings and queens sort of that age? You know, it's the way it is. I'm a big believer in tradition, whilst of course I like to find different ways and new ways of sort of learning and taking things on. You know, on this kind of subject, I'm quite traditional, so I just think it's that next person's responsibility, and that's how it works. You know, until there's no such thing as a royal family, until we're a republic, like a lot of places. You know, let it be done how it's always been done. You know, and I'm not one for saying it's always been done this way, so let's leave it like that. But I just think it's kind of important to follow tradition on these. If you're going to be if we're going to be a nation that has a king and queen and that kind of thing, I think it's important for us to do it properly. So that's my thoughts on that. But like I say, you know, it is what it is, isn't it? If you've got any comments, please add that. And then the questions, like I said, something a little bit different, you know, kind of updated you on the arm. I'm sure you'll get plenty of updates on that. You know, I'm actually dying to get off to get some painkillers inside me. And then London Marathon, of course, that's going to feature heavily. I've already said about the Wednesdays. And then that sort of random question there, which is great, because I like those kind of questions, you know, whilst I try and encourage activity and well-being and mental health. You know, I do say I'm quite prepared to ask absolutely anything. And that leaves me to the throwback question, where I ask you to sort of get involved, leave your comments. What's on your bucket list? You know, for myself and Kay, it was London again. You know, we've both done it. We both want to do it again. We want to do it better and fitter, because that's just as being determined and committed to what we do. But it still feels like a bucket list event, you know, especially with the fact of surrounding all that I told you about the wedding and the honeymoon and things like that. So what's on your bucket list? What do you want to do? In fact, what's on your list for 2022? Let's change that up a little bit. What's your big event of 2022? Do you know, what's your bucket list? I've said there's a few for us. So if you've got anything, again, just looking to inspire people coming up to the end of the year and start thinking about how they can pencil something in, you know, and look forward to it. Start sort of attacking it, whether it is running, whether it's a major sporting event or a concert or absolutely anything. Please drop it on. Again, just to sort of give people ideas of how they can sort of continue to look forward and be inspired and be motivated by what other people are doing. And that's all it's about. If you've got any responses, please email des@dorunning.org.uk. Drop it on any of the comments throughout the week, on the videos, on the social media. You know, it'd be absolutely fantastic to receive those. It's great when people post in. It really does help. And it takes 2 seconds. You know, I touched on the fact there that, you know, I want to help people and I don't expect anything in return. I really don't. But I tend to give a lot out, you know, and all I'm asking here is for a quick like, subscribe, and a quick comment. You know, you could do that as quick as I said it, you know, and if you can, it makes so much difference to what I do on a Thursday. So that's all I'm kind of looking for. If you can help me with that, that'd be fantastic. And of course, I'll be back tomorrow for Wake Up to Walk. Not quite sure where, you know, I'm not 100% sure I'll be going back to the Robin Hood Way. I had a tricky night's sleep last night because basically I can't sleep on the side I normally sleep on. So when the painkillers wore off, it became a little bit difficult. But I'll give it my best shot to get up there. You know, like I say, we are going to London in the afternoon. I have got something I need to be back for. So I was planning on doing quite a lot of the Robin Hood way. We're quite keen to really finish it off, but it's becoming a little bit tricky. I said a couple of weeks ago on Thursday Thoughts Dinner, sometimes the challenge towards the end, for whatever reason, you know, can get a little bit sticky, and then you kind of forget about it. I've definitely not forgot about it. Really, really keen to get back up to North Notts and continue the trek. Add to those videos, looking to put them on a bit of a real thing you can do through YouTube, a playlist, that's what it's called. You know, so people can watch them through. There's about 20 odd of them, if they want to or not, of course. But it's just something nice for me to look back on as well. So I'm keen to sort of get back to that. But regardless, wherever I am, I'll be waking up to walk, letting you know how I'm feeling. You know, hopefully it's a little bit better. Hopefully I've had some sleep. But regardless, I'll be getting up, trying to attack the day. So tomorrow is a positive one, is a good one. So I can look forward to the weekend and some exciting plans, you know, and try not to let the arm get too much in the way. So until then, guys, have a great evening. Like I say, please post all your comments, all your questions. Please like and subscribe. You know, really, really would do the trick right now. You know, I'm going to take them painkillers and get a drink. So for now, just doing it.